I recently just started the card scene. I just hit my first ever one of one last week. That's Bill Shield, Justin Herbert, Brad McConkey.
Cards, a lot of the cards I buy are a little bit more higher end, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that and give you guys actual examples from the Dallas card show last week. I spent about $60,000.
See, I messaged you before. I'm actually a grader for PSA. So I just have this one question.
Wait, you're a wait. Oh, you're a grader for PSA? Welcome to the Eric Michael Show, where I talk about business, sports cards. If you don't know who I am, I've been buying and selling sports cards for over 10 years at this point. I've helped over 4,000 people start a side income by buying and selling sports cards. And I do this show, so you guys could call into the phone number below. I answer questions, and I just help you guys out. That's basically the point of this show. And in this show, I'm going to talk about specifically buying high-end vintage cards and kind of using them as like a retirement fund. That's kind of the point I'm at with sports cards. A lot of the cards I buy are a little bit more higher end, and I just plan on holding them. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that and give you guys actual examples from the Dallas card show last week. I spent about $60,000, and I'm just going to walk you through it step by step on how I do it. And if you think it's good, you could also do it too. Then you guys could call into that phone number below once I'm done going over all this stuff. So I want to go over some of the cards I bought and why I purchased each one. All right. And you're going to see there's a commonality between all these. So check this out. So let's go here and let me share my screen, kind of show you guys what I'm doing here. This is a spreadsheet. These are the exact cards I bought and the exact prices I paid. Now, some of these cards I paid like were bulk deals. So I kind of just priced it out as the value I got it at. So check this out. So we have card ladder to help me move with prices. All right. So I actually have these cards next to me. So the first card I purchased was a Joe Namath PSA 5, and you could see exactly what I paid for it was. Where are you, Joe Namath? I paid $3,400 for this one. Okay. And why I paid $4,500. So if you look, 1965 tops, Namath PSA 5. You can see the sales of this card. And I plan on holding this card for the long term. And you look at the past 180 days, this card's pretty consistently 34, 36, 4,100. Then the last sale did 39.01, and the ones before that did right around $4,000. And I paid $3,400 for it. Not bad. So I'm already into it at a 10 to 15% discount. I would not buy this card if the recent sales were high. I like to get in low, especially if I'm going to hold it for the long term. Because I got in low, I go in making 10, 20%, whatever it is. That's card number one. Card number two is this 1983 Topps Ryan Sandberg rookie. Now, he just passed away, so I was a little careful. I don't want to overpay because I wanted to make sure his cards weren't up in value too much. But I paid $1,500 for it, as you can see here. And let's go to handy dandy market movers. 1983 Sandberg. I don't think this is his best one. I think he has like peachy one that's worth a little bit more. But it's pretty simple. I paid $1,500, and the last sale to 2,100. Is it worth that? I don't know. It's probably actually worth like 15, 16, 1,700. But you can see I got in pretty good. The sales are kind of all over the place a little bit. This card used to be like 1,200, then it kind of popped up after he passed away. But last one at 2,100. It's probably worth a little bit less, but I'm into it pretty good. So that's card number two. Card number three. This is a good one. This would be right here. 1948 Leaf Jackie Robinson PSA 2. Now, this one looks okay. It's not like in the greatest condition. It's not in the worst condition. And if we go here, 1948 Leaf Robinson PSA 2. And keep in mind, I'm not looking to flip these cards, to be honest with you guys, which sounds weird coming from me. I'm just looking to hold them for the long term. But you can see it. So the sales of this card and this card, the sales are going to depend based on the condition and how the card actually looks. This card that sold for 11,000, probably in better condition. This one that sold for 8,500, probably worse. This is somewhere in between. But the last sale of this card did 9,850 and 9,900, and I paid 9,000 for it. So I'm just into it pretty good. It's a card I feel comfortable holding. Next one, this one's sick. This is probably the most exciting card I bought. 1984 O-Pee-Chee Steve Yzerman PSA 10. If you don't know who Steve Yzerman is, Hall of Fame player for the Detroit Red Wings, great hockey player, and I love this type of stuff because I think there's big upside for it to go up. But if you look here, Opeachy, Steve Yzerman, and we go to PSA 10. I paid 3,500 for it, and you can see the sales of this car. Wow, I don't even see these, to be honest. I didn't know it was this high. 5,100, 4080, 4120, 3,900, and earlier in the year 3,720 and 3,344. So paid 3,500 for it. I'm into it pretty good. And I think there's big upside with these cards. I think they're undervalued because there's just not a lot of tens. And I think a lot of the vintage collectors and a lot of people throw their money at like the old vintage stuff. I think this stuff is going to increase in value with more than like the stuff from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. It's just kind of my guess, but yeah. Next one is this one's also sick. This is also a sick one. 1991 Topps Desert Shield Chipper Jones rookie. So I paid $3,500 for this one right here. Now, if you don't know what a Desert Shield is, the reason it has the Desert Shield in it, I don't know how well you could probably see that, is because these cards, as Chipper Jones was a rookie, were only sent overseas to the U.S. military, hence the Desert Shield. So there's not a lot of these because these cards had to be brought back from the Middle East. And because of that, there's less of them. So Chipper Jones has a regular Topps rookie than he has the Topps Desert Shield. The Topps Desert Shield is worth a lot more. And if we look here, Desert Shield Chipper Jones. Mine is a Beckett 9.5. So you can see a PSA 10 is worth way more, but a Beckett 9.5 is right there. There's only one sale of $3,500, and uh, this was according to this in December on Christmas. And I think these cards, a lot of the vintage stuff has went up since. So I was happy to pay at the last sale like 8-9 months ago. So super cool there. This was also another nice one. 1984 Topps Dan Marino BGS 10. So you can see here, what did I pay for the Dan Marino? I paid $5,000 for it. And this, to show you the sales, I paid pretty strong here because I'm pretty high on these cards. The last sale at 5,100. So 5,100. The one before that did a little less, 45, 59.99, and then 52. So kind of I paid like right around what it's worth. Once again, holding these cards for the long term. Another good one. So 1979 Topps Wayne Gretzky PSA 8. I paid $5,300 for it. And if we look here, 1979 Topps Gretzky PSA 8. If we look at the sales, you can see I paid right around what it sold for, but the sales before it were a little bit higher at 63, 56. One sold for 63, and these will sell for different prices based on the centering and how the cards actually look. Keep that in mind. But I paid probably what it's worth, maybe a little bit less. Maybe I got it in a little bit of a deal. Uh, this next one is a 1933 Gaudy Roger Hornsby. He's a old Hall of Fame baseball player. And where's that one? Hornsby. Did I put it in here? Uh, Maybe I forgot to put it in here. Oh, there it is. Yep. So I paid $2,000 for it. And this card I actually had to find on Card Ladder. I remember because I wasn't able to find it on Market Movers. Hornsby PSA 5. And this is the card, this one right here. And the last sale at $2,200. And if you look at same grade sales, you could see 22, 18, 22, 28, then $1,000 a year ago. So I paid 2,000 for it. I got in at a little bit of a discount. And once again, I'm just getting in, trying to get in good and then, hold it long term. This next one, 1933 Gaudy Jimmy Fox PSA 5. And Jimmy Fox PSA 5. PSA 5. And what did I pay for this one? Jimmy Fox. I'm into it at 3,600. I think I'm into it pretty strong. There's one sale of 3,720. So I just holding it once again, holding it long term. Just got in as cheap as I could. This is a good one. 1933 Gaudy, the red version, number 149, PSA 3, Babe Ruth. And if we look here, 149, Babe Ruth. That's the red version. So I paid $14,000 for it right here. $14,000. And the last sale actually did 17. Not bad, but this card is probably a little bit nicer than mine. Mine's really nice, except the centering is meh. And if we look at the last sale, I actually forgot what it was. But if we look here, 19, so because this will actually show me a picture. 1933 Gaudi, Ruth, PSA 3, 149. So this is the last. So there's actually a sale of 16,800 as well. So we look at sales of the same grade. Actually, this one doesn't look too far off from mine. Mine actually looks pretty damn similar. So I got in pretty good at this one. And it's hard to find cards like this. This one's nice. This one's really well centered. This one is doesn't looks slightly less good, but it's really well centered. People value that. This one at 14,000. This one doesn't look as nice. And this one's the old label for PSA, I believe. Yeah. So the newer label sells for a little bit more for whatever reason, but got in pretty good there. And this next one, 1963 Fleer Len Dawson PSA 7. I'd love to buy a card like this in a PSA 9 or a PSA 10. So if you could find one, let me know. But Fleer Len Dawson PSA 7. This card so I'm into it for $800. The last one actually did really high, 1,300. It's probably not worth that. You can see the other sales of 777, 951, 878. I got in probably a little bit less than it's worth. I don't know why the last sale did so high. Can't tell you. That one maybe looked really nice. And this last one, I love this card. 1986 Topps Jerry Rice Beckett 9.5. I overpaid for this one. I'm going to show you why. So 1986 Topps Rice BGS 9.5. So you can see here that this card, there are not a lot of recent sales. I'm into it for 7,500. The last one is 71. And then before that, 79, and then 6,000, then 9,900. But actually, what I probably should be showing you guys the subgrades on this card, because the subgrades on this card matter. So this card has 3 9.5s and 1 9. So because of that, it's like a min gem, is what it's called. And that's gonna sell way different than all the subgrades or a 9.5. So check this out. So let's look here. This will show me all the sales. So this one of 9,900, this actually was a min gem. Wow. So you can see, I thought this card would have been all those subgrades would have been 9.5. But you can see, so I paid 7,500. The last sale was like 4 or 5 months ago, and this stuff is up. I think the next sale, and this is just me guessing, right? There's no guarantees. I think the next sale will do over $8,000. I'm big on this stuff. I think this stuff has big upside to go up in value. There's not a lot of them. Not a lot of them in a high grade. So because of that, I love it. I think this stuff is great investments. I'd rather put my money in this, hold it long term, than the S&P 500, to be straightforward. So that is all the cards I bought at the Dallas Card Show. Spent a decent amount of money. I don't plan on selling those cards anytime in the near future, but there is a free PDF I put down below of exactly how to buy vintage cards, hold them for the long term. There's no strings attached. It's in the YouTube description. Feel free, go get it. All you got to do is put in your information and we will send it to you. Someone asked, where did you pick these cards up? At the Dallas Card Show. I love to buy these cards at card shows instead of just buying them in auctions, because I like when people can't see what I paid, because I think I know what I'm doing a little bit. I think I'm able to get better deals at card shows rather than just like going to an auction where I'm competing against 20, 30, 40 people. Um, so yeah, that's where I picked them up at the Dallas Card Show. So because this stuff for me, because I use it as a marketing expense, I'm able to use it as a tax write off. So I'd rather put my money in cards than giving it to the IRS, and I'm able to use it and show you guys at the same time. Educate you guys on how to make a little bit of coin with sports cards. And if I'm going to spend big money on cards, I'd much rather go to shows and pay cash, because I just value my competitive edge, you could call it, I guess. So yeah. Go for it. Hey, you got Eric. You're live. Oh, you're Eric as well. What's up, man? How can I help?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, just wanted to say, first of all, it's an honor to be on here talking to you. I really enjoy all your shows, man. You're very helpful to a lot of people. So
Thank you.
I appreciate what you do. So let's get to it. So I recently just started the card scene.
Nice.
Sport cards. probably back in March of this year. I just hit my first ever one of one last week.
Okay.
Um, that's dual shield, Justin Herbert, Brad McConkey.
Yep.
Uh, I was just trying to get some advice on.
Well, he had a good game.
Like,
That's good for you. He had a good game.
yeah, it's pretty good card. I love it. I'm trying to figure out like what's the best way to price those.
Well, I could do it. I could just so I guess multiple things to ask. What is your goal to like turn sports cards into like an income or some sort of business?
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Just maybe maybe be a flipper,
Yep.
buy and sell.
Yep. So are you aware that breaking open packs and boxes is a losing game?
Oh yeah,
Are you
I've
okay?
heard
Okay.
that.
I just want to make sure you know if you're like what I tell people, get into sports cards, start flipping and make money, then you could piece some of your profits and have some fun and break open packs and boxes. That's personally what I would do because I know you said you hit that lad McConkey from a break.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just want to let you know it's probably like you're probably gonna lose money breaking, but I could show you how to price it if you tell me the card.
I don't have the card personally. It's coming in the mail
What kind of card is it? What product does it come from?
from Immaculate.
Immaculate. Is it, and it's does it have his Chargers uniform?
Yes, yeah, it's Justin Herbert, Lab McConkey. It's from this year's Immaculate.
So is it an autograph?
No, that's the only thing. It's not autographed. It's just a dual shield one of one.
And it's Herbert and McConkey?
Yeah, yes.
Wow, that sounds like a big card.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps telling me, but
Is it so
it's just,
it's 2024?
yes, sir.
Let's see. Let me look it up. I'll give you a rough price. Let me see if I can find something. I'm assuming oh man, I don't want to say a wrong number because I have no idea. Like a few grand, but it could be more. Um, Let me see. 2024 Immaculate. I'm guessing it's a few grand. So let's see. And it has the NFL shield on it, right?
Yes, two of them, one for each player.
Wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's pretty cool card. Definitely my biggest one to this point.
hmm.
Majority of all my cars that I consider nice or good, they're always easy to comp, online. But considering it's a one of one, there's no comps,
So let's
obviously.
say
So
Stroud and Diggs, not rookies. It's 1,700. So it's worth more than the Stroud and Diggs because McConkey is a rookie. So because there's a rookie in there, then a Brock Bowers and Travis Kelsey dual patch similar cards at 1,800. But yours has a quarterback in it and McConkey. It's probably worth okay. It's probably worth near this. The Kelsey and Brock Bowers. I would say it hovers around $2,000.
okay,
If I
yeah, that's what's. I have somebody offer me that already, so I guess that's a good price.
Yeah, me personally, what I would do is sell it for like at the end of the day, it's a weird card. Like you could get someone that might pay you 3 grand. You might not be able to get anyone to pay you 2 grand. It's just all over the place. I would take the
Yeah,
cash. Don't worry about trying to maximize every dollar. Get the money, put it into like, buying and grading sports cards and put it into the actual business aspect of things. And you'll never look back because, so many people just spend so much time trying to decide how much something's worth, how to maximize every penny. But people don't realize that if you get the cash today, you could use that cash to make more cash today instead of just sitting on it and hoping and praying to get an extra few bucks, if that makes sense.
oh yeah, that definitely makes sense. Somebody told me to try and run it on eBay auction, but I don't know
Um,
nothing about the auctions, and I'm worried, you could potentially take a loss if you do it that way.
yeah, I would honestly. Okay, what do you do for work?
I'm a tow truck driver.
Okay,
I work a lot, like 6 days a week, 12 plus hours a day. Like I barely have time to do hardly anything. So
okay, okay. If you want to be ballsy, what I would do if you want this is if you want to be ballsy. Okay, so like, I don't know if you want to do this. The Chargers are about to play the Raiders, right, next week.
oh yeah.
And what you could do is end the auction when that game ends, like 30 minutes after. If you think because the Chargers already have hype because they beat the Chiefs and they looked really good, and so did McConkey. If the Chargers beat the Raiders and look good, which they should, I could see that being a tough game. You know, decision for
Yeah,
you.
division games always tough.
It's always tough. But if the Chargers come out victorious and they look good again, that card could sell for over $3,000 maybe. Me personally, the safe play is to take 2K if you want to risk it. And me personally, if it was my card, I like risking it. So that's what I would do. You could end that car, end the eBay auction like 30 minutes after that game ends.
Yeah, I can see how that could be valuable, depending
Yeah.
on how it goes.
Yeah, it's a gamble, right? Because if they don't play
But I
well,
also
right?
feel though with the player that's on the car, even if it didn't work out that way, it still should be hold some kind of value
Yeah,
regardless.
I think me personally, and this is just me guessing from being in cards a long time. I think it will do 2 grand regardless, but it
Yeah,
has big upside to go up if they have a good game. So
yeah,
like I look at it as low risk, high reward. Even if or or actually you could end it right. Oh yeah. This might be a better idea. Ending it right before the game starts. So like no, you don't want to do that because people you want to end it a little bit later in the night. Yeah. So
well, I've never ran an auction on eBay. I've sold cars on eBay, but I just do buy now usually.
yeah,
And I comp it pretty fairly compared to what's going for, recent sales. So I never tried the auction. I never really had any cards that I felt like would, do well on auction.
yeah. Well, this card, me personally, I might give this a rip on auction. I'm usually anti-auction, but I might give this a rip on auction. So what I would say, if you're gonna auction it, and you want to be conservative, end it on a Sunday when people are excited about football. But if you want to be more risky, you could end it after the game ends on Monday.
Well, I do know the guy that offered me the 2K for it. He's a huge Chargers fan. And he collects. He has several 1-1s already. So I
Oh,
may discuss with him and see if he's willing to go up. And if I don't go nowhere with that, I might do the auction thing. Sounds like a good idea.
yeah. Well, yeah. If you can get him to, I would say if you get him to pay you like 2,800, I would just sell it. Because keep in
Oh yeah,
mind,
for sure.
eBay, you're gonna get a 13. You're gonna get hit with a 13% fee. So keep that in mind.
Well,
Roughly,
considering I got it in a player break for only $8, I can't go wrong with
yeah. No matter
any
what,
value.
yeah. No matter what you do, you're gonna win. But you want to win as much as possible. So I would say if you my number with him, if I can get 2,800, I would sell it to that guy. If not, I would give it a rip in auction. That's me personally what I would do.
Okay. Well, man, I appreciate the advice and the help.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Call back in and let me know how it goes.
Oh, will do, man. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye bye. We'll let the callers rip. So if you guys have questions, feel free to call into that phone number below. Let's see. We'll go through some questions in the chat. Just keep in mind, I answer the phone callers over the chat. So I will cut off the question. What's your take on Panini losing their license? That's a good question. So if you don't know what he's talking about, Panini is going to lose the license for football and for basketball. It's going to go to Tops. So you guys might see Prism now, right? But like Tops Chrome is going to take over. So if you look at like a Tops Chrome football card, just to show you guys. So I'll show you. I like to show rather than tell. So if you look at here, oh, let's just go here. Like CJ Stroud Tops Chrome Auto. So, right, if you look here at this card, you can see there's no Texans uniform, there's no NFL logos, there's nothing here. But once Topps gets the license and Panini loses it, Topps Chrome will not have the logos on it. So it's kind of gonna, what I think, they're gonna like kind of take over for Prism. And now Prism is not gonna be able to put the logos on. It may not sound like a big deal, but in the world of sports cards, that's a big deal. But me personally, I think Panini is overproducing cards. I think that Topps is gonna do a much better job. So I think it's gonna be great. Obviously, I'm biased because my life revolves around sports cards, so keep that in mind. But I remember when I first got into sports cards, like in 2015, like Topps Chrome Todd Gurley's and Marcus Mariota's and Jameis Winston's, people went crazy for them over Prism. So I think it's gonna be really good. I think Michael Rubin really knows what he's doing, right? He's a collector. That's my personal opinion. Oh, didn't did he do it? I remember you from the show, man. What's up? How's it going? That's funny. Let's see what other questions. Sam Darnold, man, how is he going to throw 40 yards, make it to the 4 yard line, and a fumble because they decided to throw? Yeah, Sam Darnold didn't have the best game. That looked rough, and I bought like one or two of his cards to just hold and see what would happen. But I think I said this in the last podcast. Every year in football, there's always like one or two guys that pop off that nobody expects. So like some guys that nobody was on this year was like Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, Sam Darnold. These guys just are dirt cheap, just like dirt cheap. And I don't really like to buy and speculate who's going to be good because at the end of the day, it's not predictable, right? You just never know. But like if you look at Daniel Jones contenders, so Daniel Jones, his stuff is going to pop up for sure, for sure. Uh, Take a look at this. So like this is his contenders PSA 10, right? There was already so you're gonna see like that this card's like $200. I guarantee you the next sale's over 300. And if he keeps playing well, it's going to go up. So he's a candidate to go up a lot in value. There's just not much downside when someone's that cheap for their contenders PSA 10. So, and two is like the opposite. His stuff is going to plummet. My God. But isn't that interesting? Like how I don't want to sit here and brag and say I was right. Like, look at all the guys that were like the rookies and look how they played. Okay. Bo Nix, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, below average game. You're going to see his stuff probably take a dip. Okay. Guy number 2, Drake May. I mean, he threw for a lot of yards, but he only scored 13 points against the Raiders. They lost. That's pretty bad. I actually thought that was the trap of the week. I thought the Raiders just, why was that spread only 2.5? I mean, the Raiders are a better team. That's why Geno Smith is a better quarterback than Drake May. His stuff's going to go down, right? Caleb Williams, JJ McCarthy, they play tonight. We have no idea. Jaden Daniels, he looks to be good. He looks to be pretty solid. And then Michael Penix, he played pretty decent, but they lost. I don't know if his stuff will go up or down, probably stay around the same, but you can see most guys are going to go down. Jaden Daniels, I was actually thinking that, there's going to be a sophomore slump. Granted, it was the Giants, and they just kept giving the ball back to them because Russell Wilson is so bad. But, most of these guys are going to go down. Like the reality is like 3, 4, 5 of these quarterbacks are not going to be starters for their team next year or 2 years at least, right? So that's why it's just always a bad idea to invest in the hype and invest in the guys that go up in value. But on the flip side, while I wait for our next caller to come in, I had a great week of gambling. So on the Wednesday podcast, I'm gonna give away my picks. I've done pretty well in the NFL in my life. Last year was a bloodbath because I love dogs and the favorites won at an alarming rate. But I had the Browns +5. They lost by 1 to the Bengals. The Jets +3 home to the Steelers. Justin Fields, man, he's another guy. As a Jets fan, I wasn't even mentioning him. Like his stuff is cheap because people think he's a bust, but I wasn't even talking about him, and he looked incredible, like incredible. Justin Fields did. I'm not even saying that because he's a Jets fan. It's sad they lost because Garrett Wilson couldn't fucking catch the ball at the end when Jalen Ramsey knocked it out. But wow, he looked great. And what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, my bets. I had the Packers at home to the Lions. That was a pretty easy one. Then I had the Bills. Um, that made me 4-0, which is pretty cool because usually I go like 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. Bills came back. That was lucky, right? They came back from 15 points down to the few minutes left. And then I had Carlos Alcaraz as well to beat Yannick Sinner. That was a pretty easy one. He was playing much, much better, and he was an underdog. But tonight, I've been talking about this to my friends for like months. I think the Bears +1, whatever it is tonight against the Vikings. I could regret saying this. It's a great bet. It's like a phenomenal bet. Like McCarthy has shown the ability to do nothing. The Bears, I think, have just as good of a team with the better quarterback, and they're home. JJ McCarthy's first NFL start ever, where he's actually going to be asked probably to throw the ball at least 20 to 30 times, has to be in Chicago against a pretty good defense. I'm licking my chops, but granted, I did go 4-0, so I am due to lose. All right, you guys know how gambling goes. So let's see. Eric, I cannot call right now. Although I could call, my question would be: is Jalen Milroe a buy because of Sam Darnold losing his first game and fumbling? No. So Jalen Milroe doesn't even have a lot of good cards out to begin with, number one. And no, it's just not a good buy. Like you're just hoping and praying. Odds are he never starts this year. He wasn't a first round pick, and they spent a lot of money on Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold he'll end up being pretty good, or like at least good enough to start. He's not a terrible quarterback. So I don't like it, to be honest with you. I do not like it. Do you think printing plates from Flawless will hold any value? I mean, they're 101, but I like they're just worth what they're worth. They're not something I'd suggest holding long term, to be honest with you. So no, not something I would buy me personally. I figured there'd be a lot of callers today, with the first week of the NFL. But in the meantime, let's buy some cards. Let's look at some stuff to buy. So right now, something I'm looking to buy is more of baseball because the season's getting to a close. Some of these guys are pretty cheap, and I have a list of guys to buy right next to me. I think I went over this the last podcast, but I'll just look sometimes. Bowman Chrome is the top end baseball product, and I'll just look and see kind of what's ending. I'll do like let's go to advanced, minimum price. I don't know, $200. Do minimum bid count of one, so it only shows us cards with at least one bid. So something like Caminero, not bad. Yamamoto, that was crazy. He threw a no hitter up until the last out, and then they lost, being up 3-0. That was wild. If you guys didn't see that, watch it. Jackson Holiday hit a homer. Nick Kurtz, he's a pretty good player. Joey Aguilar, Nolan McLean. So this is the pitcher for the Mets. That's playing pretty well. Ooh, this is something I would definitely buy. Hold long term. Hmm. Ichiro Refractor. Ichiro. Ichiro. What does it sell for? Let's see. The last one did 1,800, then 1,300. I'm gonna stay away. Something I think I can get cheaper at a card show, to be honest with you. Gunnar Henderson, PSA 10. Shit, I just sold one for like 550 and this is at 600. It's pretty crappy. Bryce Eldridge, he's someone I'm buying, but I'm only looking to buy the bold original colors. This is a blue wave. Oh, got a caller. Hey, you have Eric, you're live.
All right, just that he didn't do it.
What's
I
up,
just want to
man?
ask you real quick about that plate. First of all, I can't get a price on it anyway. I understood what you said, but it's worth what it's worth. I literally got that in a bundle deal a while ago. I bought a bunch of cards. But like what I'm saying is basically, in my opinion, I feel like it's worthless because you can't get a comp on it. Even the base card you can get a comp on. That was my only question about printing plates. I don't even think they would hold a base card value, right?
It's pretty simple actually. Just look for a similar player. So like what product is it from?
It's flawless. It's a Tony Parker flawless 2021 printing plate.
So all you have to do is find another player from the same year. So I don't know, take Tim Duncan. Like like Tim Duncan's number to 99, flawless. Look how much more his sells for than Parker's. Let's say Parker's does $50 and Duncan's do $100, so Duncan's worth double. Then find Duncan's printing plate and just do the math. So if Duncan's printing plate did $500, Parker's would be worth half. Be
Right.
yeah,
Just a multiplier on it.
exactly, yeah.
But steer away from the printing plates, right? I definitely didn't just go out and buy that one. Let's be honest, starting off to get any flawless card, you're hype, right? And the guy said in the description when I bought the bulk that he had flawless cards. What he didn't say was it was a darn printing plate, of just some base player,
Well, you didn't
regular card.
when you bought the card, you didn't see that it was
No,
worth.
it was a bunch. It was a lot that I
Oh,
bought, and that was in the description. It said, flawless cards, one of ones. Well, the funny thing is, the one of ones and the flawless were in the same goddamn card, and it was just a printing plate which it's fair enough. Like I definitely it wasn't a lot of money I spent. I basically bought it for Jordans. It was just base Jordans and stuff. I think I paid $35 or something for probably $100 book value of Jordan cards, a bunch of junk wax, and then like some RPAs of like players that aren't going to go anywhere. Davis from Buffalo, stuff like that. But anyway, it was just cool to just buy a bunch of these cards. Basically, like I said, I was just buying them for the base Jordans. Again, not the flip. It was just for PC type stuff. So I didn't really look through everything. You know what I mean? I knew that the value was there in the Jordans alone. There was over 50 Jordans for $35. That's less than $1 a card.
Yeah. So, I mean, me personally, I've never had much luck with printing plates. I stay away from them just because I've had a hard time selling them. There's a market for it, but you already have it. I would just auction it, to be honest. Just keep your life simple. Yeah. I could try to tell you what I think it would sell for. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, it was 2021.
Hold on, I'm pulling the card right now. 1 second. I gotta pull up. Let me plug the plate real quick. He's gonna check comps. Uh, yeah, 2021. Yes.
Also, Curry did like $300.
Yeah.
Probably do like $25 to $50.
Oh, that would almost pay for the lot then.
Yeah. It could do 80, it could do 20, it could do 10.
Five, honestly,
Yeah,
right?
no one could bid on it. Who knows? But if I had to take a guess, it would do somewhere around there.
I appreciate it, Eric. Now that I'm local, I'll definitely be able. And I don't work midnights anymore, so I can actually catch the show live and not have to
Well,
watch it online.
that's a yeah. Remind me, do you live in Tampa?
No, I live in Vero Beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I just moved to Vero Beach.
I'll probably do some sort of like events at the office local.
Oh God,
Like
I hope so, bro.
I'll
I
do
will
like
definitely make that trip.
yeah, I'll do like I don't know, like small ticket prices and like almost like a seminars.
Sure.
I plan on doing that eventually. Um so yeah. So
100%. You just let me know. Now that, like I said, I'm local. I've been watching it before when I was up in Pennsylvania. Now that I'm local, it's cool, and I definitely probably run into shows down here too. So that's sick, dude. I just want to thank you for what you do for the hobby, bro.
thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Honestly, thanks, man. All right, hey, listen, have a great show, bro. Thank you for answering that. For real, I couldn't find nothing on that. And again, it's like it's a player that is okay, but it's not a Tim Duncan, right? It was hard for me to kind of come up with a comp.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a weird card. Like if you get two Tony Parker guys to start fighting each other on it, then it'll do well. Yeah, yeah. It's just like it's one of those.
Well, you have a blessed day, bro, and hello to everybody in the chat.
Thanks, bro. I met him at the Dallas show. Pretty cool guy. That's did he do it or did he don't do it in the chat? That's who that is. Let's see. Thoughts on Chrome boxing? I assume you're talking about boxing cards. Not much. Nothing I think it would be too hard to make money on because there's just not a big market. So not something I'm high on. I guess to give you a simple answer. Hey Eric, still have my Caleb Williams downtown. What I do with since the Bears are going to play their opening game tonight, just hold and wait for someone to offer. Me personally, I would have sold it a good. Oh, sorry, I gotta cut you off. There's a caller. Hey, what's up? You got Eric, you're live.
Antonio,
What's up, Antonio? How can I help?
questions on the line up.
All right, 4 questions. Let it rip.
So it's gonna be the first one is gonna be for the Bowman, and then I saw Bowman first also. Which ones are you looking for? Is it just autos that you're trying to get graded, or just the chrome, or
Okay. So there's two different with baseball. There's two different things. There's
yes?
holding cards, right? If I'm buying a player already graded, like the card's already graded, I only buy Bowman Chrome. That's it. Nothing else. If I'm buying cards to get graded, there's other things I would buy like Top Series, Topps Chrome, Topps, Heritage. I'm buying those to get graded. Bowman. So does that make sense?
Yes, but what about the? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Like, so many variations
Ye-
you
yeah,
know, not waste your time with and go at.
yeah. So the ones that what if I'm the best ones are the original bold colors. So you have the base, good. The refractor out of 499, good. The blue out of 150, the gold out of 50, the orange out of 25, then you have the red and the super fractor, which I don't really mess around with too much. And the reason, and be careful because blue is different than blue wave or like blue crater or any of these
Yeah, for
off
sapphire.
or like, yeah, or like shimmer or whatever, right? They're different. So the bold original blue. And the reason those are more valuable is because those are the original colors from Bowman Chrome when Bowman Chrome and cards first started to get hot in like 2009,
So
2010.
you want them the numbered ones, right? It's only so many pop.
Wait, I don't understand. Say it again.
Like, you know, there's like 22 out of 50, or those are the only ones that are in
I don't understand your question.
option. There's a Jacob Wilton, but there's this number 338 out of 400.
Okay.
Those are the ones like you're going after the ones that are numbered or not numbered.
Yeah,
Because
so
there's like,
all those ones I just mentioned are they're all numbered. So the except okay, so
okay,
the base Bowman Chrome Auto is not numbered. The refractor is numbered to 499. The blue is numbered to 150. The
gotcha.
gold is numbered to 50. Orange is 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then next one, so I'm following with the two-way. So
Yeah.
the contenders for football, because like you said, I mean, I don't know, this might be some good talk to get for like Justin Fields, right? Since he played his heart out yesterday, right? Go Jets, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir. JTS.
Like, so for the contenders, I've never seen actual which one to get. I know it's a contenders auto to always pick up. I don't know if you could pull up real quick and then straight which one, because they're pretty low pop right now. They might go. And then
Yeah.
are you going after when you're going after these guys? You're going after their rookies, or are you going to go after the one that he had so he's in his Bears uniform, or are you going to wait for another one to come out and
Yeah,
get that
good
one?
good question. Only the rookie. Even though he's in a Jets uniform, only the rookies hold like
Okay.
weight and will appreciate well. I'll show you which ones to buy. If I was buying Justin Fields, my personal advice based on my experience, I think it's not a good idea. You're buying like you make money buying like the reason I'm buying baseball is because I'm buying it when it's not hot. I'm buying it when no one's on it, right? Justin Fields just played his ass off, and everyone's thinking, "Oh my God, Justin Fields is going to be amazing." Maybe wait a week. Maybe they'll lose the Bills 35-14. His stuff will drop back down, and then you buy.
Yes, sir.
You want to buy low, right? Buy low, sell high, not buy high and try to sell higher. Um, but so the best Justin Fields cards to buy would be probably his. I'm showing it on my screen. Probably his contenders PSA 10 or Beckett 9.5. They were really hard to grade that year from 2021. There's like not a lot of them. Like if you go to gemrate.com, you could see. So like if you go to 2021 Justin Fields contenders auto. Wait a second. Let's see contenders. Let me see if I can find the gem rate just to kind of show an example. I can't find it. Super 9. Where are you, Justin Fields? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So okay. So out of 100 sent to PSA, 2 got a 10. So Justin Fields contenders auto grades a PSA 10 2% of the time. So you might want to aim for Beckett 9.5s or PSA 10s. But the one I'm showing on my screen here, that's the one you want to go for. Panini contenders. Then also you can go for his Prism colors as well. Yeah, those are the main ones if you're a believer in him. But tread lightly because he just had an amazing game, and unfortunately, everybody's thinking like you. If you're thinking like this a week ago, and to buy him, you'd be in a lot better shape. But yeah,
And then,
yeah,
so program, love it. It's been amazing.
cool,
Been engaged for the past 2 weeks. I can't thank you enough for the content, especially the free content you put out here. Everybody else, like just like you said, if you do the videos. I mean, it's all there, but just
cool.
that everything is lined up and ready for you to succeed, and I've been having a blast doing it.
Thanks, bro.
Um, but the next part is like, what should be the so I don't want to own brick and mortar, but what should be the next goal? I mean, should it be to move up to where I don't mean to say it like I mean a fanboy a little bit, but like when you get up to the point where you're wheeling dealing big slabs that are in the big range, or like what should be the next move up once you hit enough capital in between when you're flipping these cards.
What's your goal? Is your goal to like quit your job? Are you retiring? Like,
No,
what's your
man, just
goal?
move to the level of dealing with cards, right? So I see a lot of people now that are at that next level. They're just holding on to these nice, you know, hey, this card here is 2,000 or 5,000. Is that like the next? Is there a
Yeah.
jump rope
So
for those people, or is it?
yeah. So the way I look at it, so the first level, and I'll kind of put numbers to this to like make your life easier. If you have uh if you have less than $10,000 to spend, and like or if you're just beginning, if you have less than 10 grand to spend, just like you see in the program, right? Buy cards, get them graded, cards in the few $100 range. Get that going. You should be able to get that to like 2 to 8 grand profit a month, in that range. That's step number one. Step number two, what you'll do is start to buy modern cards like Bowman Chrome autos right now, already graded with the extra money you have. And this is when you have, I would say, at least $25,000 to spend, because spending that amount of money on cards to get graded is a little bit harder. So you start to piece off some of your money instead of it just sitting in your bank. You're buying like something I'm looking to buy right now is like a Justin Crawford, who's a Bowman Chrome prospect, gold auto for $1,500, and hold it into February, March, and hopefully it goes up to 22, 23, 2,400. That's the next piece. Also, then after that, the next piece is flipping vintage. So vintage cards, and this is like a higher end piece of the program that you're not in, where we teach this stuff. But the vintage, if you look at vintage cards, when I say vintage, I'm talking about like 80s and 90s, like PSA 10s. They go up over time, but they go up and down, up and down. So you could just buy them at the low and sell, and they usually pop back up in a few months, and you would consistently make 20, 30, 40% on them. I would not do that until you have at least $50,000 to spend. And then once you have like $100,000 plus to spend, quarter million, $500,000, then the way I use it, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I kind of use it almost like as a retirement play. Like, I think I could beat the S&P 500 by a long shot because I know what I'm doing, rather than I don't know what I'm doing with stocks. So, like, just like you see me go to these card shows, and I talked about it earlier in the podcast, like I'm looking at these cards right now, like a 1965 Joe Namath PSA 5. The last one did 3,900. I got in good. I paid 3,400, and I'm not going to sell it unless I need to. Or like a Jerry Rice rookie for 7 grand, or like a 1933 Gaddy Ruth. I paid $14,000 for. I'm just getting in good. Hopefully they'll keep going up. Hopefully they'll appreciate over time. I know they'll go up and down, but hopefully they'll just continuously go up. And yeah, so that's kind of the way I look at it in steps.
So like, the back first 10,000, and you start buying the baseball. So it's gonna be already graded or not graded that you're holding.
Okay, so
Like those, I've seen those goals, and those are like 1,500.
yeah, so only since you're when did you join the program?
It's moving now. It's a well-oiled machine.
Cool. So everything I just said, ignore except for the grading. You don't want to be buying any cards already graded. We don't even teach that in the program. You'll see there's no like modules on it or anything, because
There's
yeah, we hide it for like the higher end students once you get there. But only buying grade. That's it. Don't hold anything. Buy, just keep buying and grading and selling. And then your next question is, well, if I buy a card and I get it graded and it comes back in November, should I sell it or should I hold it? Right? That's always the next question. And it just depends on your bankroll. So if you get it baseball cards back in November and you're holding these cards till March, if that's affecting your purchasing power or
Oh
affecting
yeah.
the money you have, sell it right away. If you could keep spending money and it doesn't matter, you could hold them and try to get an extra 10, 20%. But you should be buying like tops. Like, you could buy like 2024, 2025 tops Otani stuff, Aaron Judge stuff. You could buy rookie stuff, Paul Skeens, Jackson Merrill. These guys are already in the majors.
Okay. So it's like perfectly. That's what I'm saying. Like everything's been moving and grooving just fine. I was wondering like, what's this next goal? That way I'm not doing the same thing for a year, and then I'm like, hey, well, all right, maybe the next year it's like, no, this is the goal I'm shooting for, so I'm gonna hit it. Keep my feet to it, and then finally once I hit that goal, okay, what's the next move after that? If I can get there in 3 months or 6 months, this is all right.
Well,
What's next?
a year. I mean, to be fair with you, I bought and graded cards rarely ever holding from like 2015 when I started to 2023, probably 8 years. I'm not saying you need to do it that long, but I bought and sold right away for 8 years until I built a big enough bankroll where I could do what I want. And like I could hold cards, I could take bigger risks, I could buy vintage cards and retire because there's no better return on your money. Just think about it. Would you rather buy a card, grade it, and double your money in 2 months, or buy a card already graded and hold it and you're trying to make 30%? The return on grading cards, I don't think anything will ever beat it in any industry. So that's why I kept doing it until I really just had too much money where I was like, okay, I just can't spend all this on grading. Um, so yeah, just keep that in mind. I would do it for at least a year. Go through all the cycles: baseball, football,
So you're
basketball,
right.
and then you can start to mess around with buying cards already graded.
Perfect. And like I said, and I was able to get in on eight hole right when you got called up, just listening to you and then check the morning news. And I got a great eight hole car that was low at $80 auto, and then limited to I think it was what 300.
What does it sell for
So
now?
man, so just for everybody caught up to the announcements, starting at 250.
Wow. Well,
So yeah, so send it off to you graded. So I
that's
appreciate it.
I was so that card I would get that because he's the pitcher for what team again?
It's the
What
oh
is
shoot,
where is he? I saw.
I think I just lost it. Hold on.
Man, you're the one that owns the card. You don't even know.
No, so I'm on fifth and I'm running on a few things of sleep. I just want to make sure I stayed up for this. Yeah, Boston Red Sox.
Oh, the Reds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I would actually get that graded and spend $40 to have it back faster. Because
Yeah, it's already off to you. Like I said, as soon as I got it, boom, it was sent. So I appreciate it.
sweet. Yeah. Well, I could. I would love to give myself credit, which sure I will, but turning 80 into like you'll probably end up selling it for like 600, 700. That's not normal. That's just you need a little bit of luck to do that as well as skill.
Well, I appreciate it, man. That was everything.
Well,
I'll check.
sweet. Sweet, Antonio. Keep I wish I can give you advice, but just keep doing your thing. It sounds like things are going well. All right, you too. Bye-bye. This needs more likes. I agree with you. It does need more likes. Let's see. We got some questions here. What is your opinion about Kevin Durant? Not someone I buy. It's kind of just like a blue chip stock. It'll just stay the same or go up a little bit. I have a Cosmic Chrome and there are not a lot of comps on it. I need the year and the exact type of card to know. PSA 10 Sapphire Jackson Holiday Gold Auto for 950. Good deal. Let's see. 'Cause I have no idea. I assume you're talking about his rookie. Let's see. Jackson. Let's see here. We'll take one more caller, by the way. Oh, you're talking about there's multiple different variations, but it looks like a PSA 10 of this one it's 700. So for 950, it does not sound like a good deal. So no, I would not. Um, so I did a trade for like 20K plus a miscellaneous cards, and I do TCG, not sports. Don't even like sports. So it's a huge mix of junk, waxed to numbered, random autos and relics. Um, and then up until 2023, pretty much the guy I got it from was a little slow. Didn't know slabs were worth anything, so I went for it. But what the fuck do I do with it? Is there an easy process to sell it all? I assume that's what you're asking. So you could just send it to a consigner. There's like DC Sports 87. They consign a lot of cards. There's Probstein. That's the easiest way to do it. Should I trade a Tom Brady 2000 Bowman PSA 10 for a LeBron? PSA, I gotta know the grade of the Tom Brady. You just said PSA. Tom Brady 2000 PSA for a LeBron 2000 Beckett 9.5. Which is a better long term investment? They're similar in terms of what they'll go up with. If I had to take a guess, I just can't predict the future. I have no idea. I'd probably rather have the Brady, to be honest, personally, because football is more popular than basketball. But yeah, so PSA 9. And what are the subgrades of the LeBron? I'll try to tell you what I would do if I would do the trade. Yeah, give me the subgrades of the LeBron, and I'll look this up for you. So let's see. We have 2000 Bowman Brady PSA 9, which is worth. Let's see. This card sells for like. Let's see the sales here. This card's like. Let me share my screen so you folks can see. Oop. This card does like the last one did 4,200. Oh, that's Bowman Chrome. We need Bowman. This is different than so Bowman. Yeah, we need Bowman. This is not Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome. Is there another caller? Sorry, Christian. I gotta answer the phone. I'll come back to it. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You're live.
Oh, hey, Eric. Yeah, just watched your show. I just want to say, man, I enjoy it. I messaged you before. I'm actually a grader for PSA, so like, I just have this one question.
Wait, you're a
I bought,
wait. Oh, you're a grader for PSA?
yeah, yeah, but I mean, I don't think
Oh,
I could talk too much about it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Don't. Sounds like you can't do that. So I just thought that was
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So like, but I did buy this card, and it said that it was his best card. But I'm just curious, like it's a Prism Black 101, but is it like because he's the player that like
Who's the
he's
pl-
not very hyped.
who's the
It's
player?
Trenton Flowers. Trenton Flowers. He's Clippers.
Okay.
And so like when I looked it up online, like I said on there, he had it up for 2,000. We did a deal like offsite. But like he did say that it was his best card on the title, and I was just curious, is like his National Treasures, because I did see some of those autos. Is like, are those considered like better cards, or like I don't know, if something I should just like. I believe in this player. I'm gonna hold it. You know, I was just curious if like, is it really his best card, the black 101s?
Black Prism.
Yeah, it's not the
Yeah,
hammer or any of those.
yeah. That's his most expensive card is probably the National Treasures Logo
Gotcha.
Man 101 auto. I would assume that right after that's the Prism Black 101. I feel honored a grader from PSA is asking me questions.
I
uh
just got in like a I'm probably almost close to 3 months done. So I'm almost done with my probation. I went straight into it, and yeah, it's a blessing, man. I love this job. So
wait,
it's
so
like,
wait, so you're currently a grader for PSA.
yeah, I'm currently a grader. Yeah,
So
so
wait,
I'm actually I was working right now. I just took a little tan. I was like, let me just I got to call it.
that's funny.
But
Wait,
yeah,
so am I am I allowed to ask you when you get cards graded, you get them back faster than normal people?
no, you it still goes through the same process. You know, there's no I don't think I'm saying anything wrong or saying I don't think I'm saying anything like can't be said. But yeah, it's a normal process. You go through the same queue as everybody else. It's just you drop them off. You know how like they have Wednesday drop offs. I don't know if you know about that, but
Yeah, 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 I know.
you went. So it's basically like that. You're just like dropping it off to their wherever you would drop it off for, on the Wednesdays. Basically, you do that. You just drop it off there, and so it's kind of like an advantage. You know, like you're coming here already. You know, so
Yeah,
it's like
so you're out there in Santa Ana?
yeah. So I drive like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that
That's how much
traffic
I love this. Yeah,
that
yeah.
traffic is rough, man.
Yeah, yeah. I live by the area, so it's like San Bernardino, like so. Like I drive like an hour and a half just to get over there, and like, but it's a passion. I love this job. So
Am
like,
I allowed to I have a few see now I have a few questions for you. Uh
yeah, go ahead.
Number 1, what happens if you send cards in for grading? And I'm sure there's a lot of graders, but like I assume you're not allowed to grade your own cards, right?
No, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just watched a really cool video, sports car, or was he sports car professor or something like that? And he
Okay.
just interviewed somebody that had like was a employee, previous employee, and talked about all that stuff. And yeah, like you don't grade your own cards or
Yeah, yeah, that's what.
um, yeah, you just do what you would see is, maybe you'll see like you'll know that maybe it's an employees, but you don't know like who and all that stuff. It just shows on some employees order,
Okay.
and yeah, so
Okay,
that's
got it. So there's a way to see if it's an employee order. Got it.
yeah,
I'm ex-
yeah.
eh,
So like
am
yeah,
I
so like yeah, so yeah.
am,
What's it called? Yeah, I wanted to ask you too. Like,
yeah.
I had a career advice on. I don't know if you could answer this, but
Yeah,
like,
go for it.
so I can't sell cars anymore. It's kind of like conflict of interest. They just don't want that. So like I stopped doing that on eBay and whatnot.
So you're
I
not
sell
you're not
cars.
allowed to sell any cards is what you're saying.
Uh, no, No, you could, because like they want people, I mean, you're part of the hobby, like they want you. It's okay. Still, you can't be like business. You get me? Like
Yeah,
you
it'd
gotta
be like
like
a
make like this,
flipper. Okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like high-end stuff. Like
Yep.
I did low end stuff. I did really, just to grow my PC or stuff like that. So and then I saw it on whatnot, I grade like low end stuff. Like I'm not doing like high end stuff. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was nothing ever crazy. But so I decided to give that up because I was like, like I don't, I'm fine with that. And I switched to clothes. But like my thing is like, I'm just curious, like, what do you think of? Like, I'm trying to like move on up. I'm not trying to be a grader forever.
Yeah, well,
But
it's funny how I was just about to ask you, and now because you're asking me this question, I need to know this. How much do you get paid as a grader? What's the
it varies. It's just you start off. I don't want to give like specific amount
yeah?
just in case.
Just give me a
But
range of like income you would need to replace.
yeah. Well, on the sheet, you start off from 22 to they say 22 to like 28, somewhere in that
Okay.
range. You start off, and they pay you off, I guess, based off of like experience, which knowledge you have, and stuff like that. So it's a good range. I mean, you're not out here in Santa Ana, Orange County. I mean, obviously, I don't think it's enough to survive.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
not yeah, where you live, that's not enough money.
yes, yes. Yeah, so it's not the best, but I mean, but the perks are like, over time, maybe, it can come and benefit for you. But to me, though, it was just that I was just curious, like, like I have a degree and I'm trying to grow this clothing stream, like in TikTok and YouTube. Like, what would you say, like, how would you go about, like, growing that? Like, so you talk about LinkedIn too. Like, I didn't even know that was like a social media platform. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
think
yeah.
it.
LinkedIn's
So
a big one.
yeah, like, do you think like being a grader does that help you like, um, for other positions like for tops or fanatics? Like if you want to apply for like this stuff, do you think
Oh
that
yeah,
helps
yeah.
you like stand out?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you have a yeah, yeah. If you want to apply to other companies, like okay, I'll tell you. So Alt, the company,
Yes.
a guy there got what's the word? I guess like I want to say not kidnapped, but like what's the word? Oh, poached, not kidnapped. Poached
Yeah.
from Alt to another big company. I'm not gonna say the word. He was getting paid like 100K a year at Alt, maybe. And
I see.
this new company, he's like the head of a department. He gets paid 750K a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
So yeah, you have a lot of leverage in the industry because being a grader at PSA, I would imagine if I was tops or shit, I maybe would want to hire you, right? So
Yeah.
we could talk after this, but
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah, you have tons of leverage because like you're so involved in the industry, and then with the clothing brand stuff you were saying. So my personal advice, this is like I guess away from sports cards now and more towards like businessy stuff. Like the way I grew Major League Profits, I went to business school in college, but I it didn't teach me anything how to manage a sales team and post content and market and Facebook ads and fucking TikTok and this and that.
Yeah.
You the secret is every dime I've made, I've spent on educating myself by paying coaches, by paying mentors, and there's tons of courses out there and coaching programs. Like just like how I sell a coaching program on how to
Yeah.
make a side income with cards, there's other coaching programs on how to grow a clothing brand through TikTok. Tons of them. I can guarantee
Yeah.
it.
Well, not like clothing brand, more of like I resell clothes. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah, tons of that. Yeah.
yeah, like it's just like content wise, like that. Like I was. That's why I did that now. Like I switched to the coast. I need to have a side hustle, and I need to like flip something else. So like now, and I enjoy that now. Going to thrift stores, trying to find clothes, and then sell it on eBay. And so like I just thought like, does that help you with a job? Like I'm trying to like move up on a life. Like girl, get higher positions and stuff. So like, but I'm not trying to do it too quick. I barely got into this job, so that's why I was like. I'm trying to just see, am I on the right path? Like, like with the content wise and like is that, that's
Uh.
what I was just calling it,
Yeah. What
I
up?
don't know, maybe if,
Yeah, it's a good
yeah,
question. What I would say is so going I would focus on things that are scalable. So going
gotcha.
to going to a store all the time and finding clothes for cheap and flipping them, you can make a side
Yeah,
income. But if you spent that time focusing on skills that are scalable, like how to do it online, have people pay you
gotcha.
online, and maybe develop your own clothing brand or buy, I don't know, but like focusing more. on like marketing on TikTok and growing a brand on TikTok and an actual clothing brand, that's a scalable model that can replace your income you have now. And, that's something that can make you millions of dollars, right? So
Gotcha.
I would focus my skills on that because it's just more scalable, it's more repeatable instead of you
Mhm.
just burning yourself out,
I see.
trying to
Like
flip
going all these
clothes.
stores.
And,
Yeah.
you'll make less money in the short term because it's easier and it's quicker to, make that short term money by going to stores. But, uh, in the long term, if you develop a skill on how to actually market and sell a clothing brand and it's only online, you could hire employees and build and build and build. And there's tons of courses and programs out there that'll teach you how to do it. So you don't need to start from square zero like I did with Major League Profits. So that's where I would focus my time on higher leverage
Gotcha.
skills because everybody has this. If you think about it, right? Everybody has the same time in the day, right? You have a 9 to 5. So your free hours are like on the weekend, after work and before work. So the question is not how do I work more? The question is how do I put my time into something with higher leverage, right?
I see.
And there's higher leverage in learning online skills and building and selling clothes via online and TikTok shop because that's scalable and that's a repeatable model. So because of that, that's where I would focus my skills because everyone has the same time in the day. It's a matter of where you focus, and you rather focus on a skill that can make you $500,000 a year rather than $50,000 a year, right?
True.
So yeah,
So
yeah,
I appreciate you so much. Yeah, I just
yeah, dude.
called in. I was like, yeah, I watch your shows, when I'm at work. I started at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So like, yeah. And then I was like, I saw you had your live, and I was like, yeah, son, I got to call in, and ask these. And so I appreciate you so much, man,
Yeah,
for all the that you
yeah,
shared.
yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. Tell all the graders over there to be a little bit nicer. They've been a little mean. They've been a little bit mean lately. I don't know if there's a bug going around the facility or something.
There's just so much, like it's crazy how this hobby's grown. And I'm blessed, like I said, like to get in, like I came straight in to be a grader. Most people start off like research and stuff like that. But like I said, I got into this hobby around 2020 and I just loved it ever since.
Yeah,
And yeah, and when I applied it, I was shook, when they offered me the job. And yeah, so that was really good. That's why I call, just to really like I'm trying to just grow myself,
yeah, yeah,
on the social media, just trying to crack that content, how to make that.
yeah. It's not,
Because that was
it's
one thing. Like, do you think standing in front of cameras is helps you out, like on the videos, like algorithm wise, or like being
no,
behind it is no? Oh, okay,
no.
cool, cool.
So just a piece of advice in terms of content, and you'll hear other people say this as well. It's not the amount of followers. Never buy fake followers. It's not the quantity of followers. It's the quality of followers. So you could easily. I know someone that makes $1 million a year, and they have all from their Instagram, from their followers buying them stuff from them. They have 5,000 followers.
Gotcha.
So
I
I
see.
would I would strongly suggest like going at it yourself is impossible. You need to buy courses and mentors, and they're online. Just Google them; it's not hard. And you
Yeah,
need to start, and not when one program is not just going to change your life. You're gonna have to buy. You're gonna have to buy one, make a little bit of money. You'll learn one thing from them, then you'll buy another, then you'll buy another, and all the pieces of the bridge will connect. So that's just a piece of advice from me.
yeah. No, no. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I'll let you get back to your show. And yeah, thank you for answering my questions, brother. I
For,
appreciate it.
for sure, brother. Good luck out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Good. I'll be messaging you too on the side. Hopefully, I might have some other questions.
Yeah, for
Thank you,
sure.
though.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
take care.
That was a shock, right? He's just like casually, "Hey, I'm a PSA grader." What? Yeah, that's weird. uh, that's funny. But cool. Oh wow, we're at an hour 10. Well, I gotta go. I have a bunch of stuff to do today. There's a PDF in the description on how to use vintage cards to fund your retirement. Can't promise you will, but I'm just showing you the same strategies that I use to buy higher end vintage cards like this card of Jerry Rice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Go get that PDF below, totally free. Like, comment, subscribe. Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys in the next one.